Welcome to your water cycles video. In this video, you're going to hear about water droplets and the journey that they take through watersheds. So you're going to learn about what a watershed is and where water droplets can be stored on Earth. Some characters that are in this video are me, River Otter, and you're going to get to meet Steelhead and Dragonfly and also Black Bear. So we are about to take you on a water droplet journey through a very special place called the Klickitat River. We're gonna start way up where a water droplet starts, and we're gonna end where a water droplet finishes. And it's a cycle, so you may imagine that it will go through this journey forever. So without further ado, let's get started with our water droplet story.
For thousands of years, I've been stuck in this glacier. Tiny little water droplet, just frozen solid, waiting, patiently waiting for my journey as a water droplet to begin. I'm up here on the Klickitat Glacier, and I know the rivers are down there just waiting for me, but how can I possibly begin this journey? Maybe the journey's already begun.
Day by day, year by year, I make my way further and further down the glacier, waiting my turn, in line. Have you ever stood in line for thousands of years? Testing my patience until finally, one hot summer day, I melted and I started to seep into the mountain. It was so amazing. I was amongst the rocks and the dirt, and I was seeping through these little cracks and nooks and crannies, and what a puzzle, what a maze. This mountain has so many little channels. I've heard about anthills, but this is like anthills times 1,000. And I made my way all the way down into the groundwater of this magnificent mountain. And I started to see a bunch of other droplets and trickles. And we all started to kind of celebrate because we were on the move. We were moving down the mountain. The groundwater is a really cool place to be, but I wonder what it'll be like once I get to see the sun again. And I come and I pop out of this rock side and, to breathe the air and to be in this world, it's been quite a journey. I wonder where I'll end up next.
Oh, what a nice lake I have found myself into, but what a journey that was, cruising through all those rocks in the groundwater. Now, this lake is gorgeous. I have sunshine all the time. There's a lot of fish and some frogs, a lot of birds flying around in this lake, and I just couldn't be happier that my journey is finally starting to take form. Things are changing all the time now, and I've found myself here in this lake on the ancestral homelands of the Klickitat people. So I'm just gonna enjoy my time here and the sunshine. Whoa. I don't know what this feeling, I've never felt this before. What is going on? Why am I rising like this? Oh my gosh.
Whoa. Wow. I think I'm flying. Oh my gosh, this is really cool. This is like something I've never felt before. I hope this lasts forever. Wow. There's other droplets like me up here. Hi! Are you flying too? Everyone's getting closer. They're looking kind of angry. Oh no. Hey! Stop hitting me! Oh no! I think I'm falling?
Why is it so dark in here? What is that smell? It's sticky. I wonder if I can taste it. No, maybe I shouldn't. Look at all those minerals. They look so big. Is that a worm? Ah, but I can't run. Oh, I'm gonna have to jump out. Oh, I can see an opening. Is that sunlight? I'm gonna jump out of this hole.
Okay, I think I'm in a plant. I think now I'm in a plant. I think I'm a water droplet, a part of a plant. I think I went from the soil to this plant. I think that I was in the clouds and then I was a part of precipitation. Maybe it was rain or something, and then I fell into the soil and I saw minerals, life size, and I saw a worm that was a monster, and then I think I jumped into a plant. I think this plant sucked me up from its roots, and I shot up through its stalk, and now I'm in the leaf of a plant. I think this plant needs me for photosynthesis, and that sunlight feels so good. I'm all of a sudden really relaxed. I feel like a lot just happened in my journey, and I feel like now I can just kind of sit and be thankful for this sunlight and what I'm doing for this plant. I feel good. I think this is a great time to just sit and relax.
Huh. I seem to have ended up inside of... Is this a deer? I was just inside of a plant. And now, somehow, I'm at the tip of the tongue of the deer. And it's sticky in here. It's kind of red in here. There's other stuff inside of his mouth. Huh. Oh, we're moving along its body. It's really dark and cold in here. The deer seems to be walking around. I've never been inside of a deer as a water droplet.
Floating down the river like a water droplet. Whew! That deer was a fun little trip. It was going all sorts of places, nesting, running around, getting all scared of things. And then it stopped to take a little drink at the river, and somehow I exited the building. Now I'm on the river. And the river's cool. This is awesome. We're swirling around in eddies. We're cascading down little whitewater rapids, floating in pools, checking out the clouds. Oh, there's so many other water droplets. They're coming from all over the place. I'm meeting friends from the mountains and from the deserts and from the oceans and from the clouds and from all sorts of animals. They've come here. Oh, this place is like a freaking celebration. It's like a water party, and we're checking out. Oh, this is beautiful, this watershed. Mountains and canyons, plants, more animals, birds flying over. We're heading down. There's lots of people. They're fishing. I see all these little fish swimming around. All these little water creatures. Oh, this is so cool. Where are we gonna go next?
You guys, I think we made it to the ocean.
This is 10 times better than being inside of a deer and soil.
All my friends are here, from the clouds to the groundwater to the river.
That glacier was cold. Ocean is still cold.
Evaporation, condensation, precipitation, storage. Huh!
Evaporation, condensation, precipitation, storage. Huh!
Evaporation, condensation, precipitation, storage. Huh.
Evaporation, condensation, precipitation, storage.
Hoy vamos a hablar sobre el ciclo de una gota de agua y las varias facetas que pasa esa gota de agua durante su ciclo de vida. empezando con lo que es un glaciar. La gota de agua empieza en un glaciar frío que viene siendo como un pedazo de hielo congelado. La gota, después de ir del glaciar, se va a la tierra subterránea, donde se mantiene allí debajo de la tierra por varios años, días, meses. De la tierra subterránea, la gota de agua se va a un lago, donde se mantiene allí también con varias diferentes otras gotas de agua. Del lago sucede algo que se llama la evaporación, donde la gota de agua sube a las nubes y se mantiene en las nubes formando nubes de lluvia. Después de que forma esas nubes de lluvia, la gotita de agua baja en algo que se llama precipitación. Cuando sucede eso, la gota de agua baja a la tierra. Después de que la gota de agua baja de las nubes con precipitación, baja a lo que es la tierra. En la tierra se mantiene con los minerales de la tierra, ayudando a que la tierra también consiga suficiente agua para lo que son las plantas. Las plantas necesitan de esa agua para trabajar con el sol y crear lo que es el fotosíntesis. Con eso las plantas agarran energía y se van creciendo. Después la gotita de agua a veces se transforma en lo que es la comida de tal vez un animal que está pasando por ejemplo, un venado. Este venado come la planta que tiene las gotitas de agua. El venado se come la planta o el animal se come la planta y transforma ahora esa planta en energía para él, para trabajar y para caminar. Después el animal, por ejemplo, va al río, puede transmitir la gota de agua de su boca, o ya sea de su boca o de otras formas, al río, lo deposita. De allí la gotita de agua se pasa por un largo camino con el río, donde se junta con varias diferentes gotas de agua, y del río juntos se van a lo que es el océano, la parte más grande donde se encuentran millones de gotas de agua y se juntan todas juntas para así terminar lo que es la última parte del ciclo de la vida de la gota del agua. Pero eso es para que empiece el ciclo de nuevo. Y esa es la historia de la gota de agua.
Alright, well now we're going to do an activity where you are going to go find a spot near some water. Maybe it's along a river, some kind of a beach, where you can build a model of a watershed. So what I've done here is I've created a watershed with a mountain. I have some tributaries coming off, a lake over here, and the main river flowing down here. Well, the water, and you just need some sort of container to hold water. This container is going to represent a cloud. So my cloud is evaporating water out of the ocean. That water moves towards the mountains. As it gets there, the water precipitates and then flows through the watershed. So my cloud is evaporating water, precipitating, and flowing down through the watershed. We'll get some up here on the top of the mountain. We have a nice cascading waterfall coming off of the mountain. Now notice here, this didn't follow the path of the river, so it's creating a new path along the watershed. Another thing we can do is we might introduce some plants in our watershed. As we continue to have the water evaporate and precipitate, we can see how our actions and things that we do might change the course of the river, might change the watershed. So as you're creating your model watershed and having water move through it, think about things that you can do that affect the watershed. What are things that we might do that affect the watershed positively? What are things that we do that might affect the watershed negatively? So the idea here is to just get outside, go play, create a model watershed, have some fun, and think about what you're curious about. What do you wonder about watersheds and the water cycle? What we wonder about these watersheds, how we find belonging in the watershed, and how we're connected through all of these places where water is stored.
I hope you enjoyed our little story of the adventurous journey of the water droplet. The water cycle has been going on for thousands of years, and without water there would be no life. So water really sustains life for all beings, plants, animals, and it lives and it travels through all these other corridors, just like from the glaciers and the mountains, through the lakes, down the rivers, into the ocean. Water droplets are just like us. They change, they transform, they grow, they move all over the place, and each water droplet has a unique story, just like you. So the story that you just heard is one specific story with thousands and thousands of many other options and variables included in the water droplet's life cycle and journey itself. So think about yourself and how you carry water, where your water is coming from, and how the water moves through you and how it sustains your life, and the unique journey that you're on as well. Every time you take a sip, every time you perspire, every time you're by the river or you're getting to feel the rain hit your skin. Really important part of our life, so let's give gratitude for the life cycle of the water, and each water droplet as it moves through our bodies, it nourishes our souls and keeps us alive and sustained for hopefully years to come, for our generations and our future.